Hey guys, musicninjamat here. Today we're going to be talking about some of the trailers that have dropped very recently. I apologise for this lighting, unless I do that, it's not fully lit. I cannot wait to have proper lighting. So we're going to kick things off with the Venom trailer. Yes, it's a teaser trailer, it shouldn't show us too much, but then they're showing us absolutely nothing at all, and having no hype for the film. There's no Venom in it, it's just shots of Eddie Brock. The rumour is this story's like, it's Eddie Brock and Flash Thompson rolled into one character. They say it's basically like the Lethal Protector storyline. There's so much promise with this film, but they haven't really shown us any reason to get excited yet. On top of that, it's Sony being like, no, we've got our own Spider-Verse. And I'm like, no, just work with Marvel. If you want to do these films, you could have made a Venom series on Netflix. I'm not hyped for this film at all. We had the Han Solo movie trailer. The guy that plays Han Solo, I've literally never seen him in anything, not really heard of him. Apparently, he kind of had to learn on the job as he was going while filming this. They've said about 90% of this film has been reshoots, which isn't a good sign either. It's supposed to come out pretty soon. The voiceover that was in the trailer of Han kind of saying like, oh, I was in the flight academy and blah, 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 I actually quite liked that. The one big thing is obviously Donald Glover as Lando. That's the one thing everyone's like, we can agree on, that's awesome. And really, the trailer didn't give too much away. I'm assuming it's going to cover stuff that was mentioned in the original trilogy, and we'll get some like extended universe stuff slipped in there as well. We had the Deadpool 2 trailer, and Cable looks great. It is weird, like Josh Brolin obviously is Thanos, and now he's Cable, and I weirdly hate when actors play multiple roles like that. It really bugs me, but he does look great as Cable. You have this split tone between the Cable bits being really dark and gritty and true to the character, and then Deadpool obviously comes in and just kind of ruins that. One of the best parts of this trailer is the complete rip on Justice League, where the CGI hasn't been done, and Deadpool's like, it's not like we're trying to CGI a mustache off. And it's like, yeah, because that was one of the big things in Justice League. I also like how he does the whole Toy Story reference with like Sheriff Deadpool. And there's a little thing where he says to Cable, oh, you looked a lot taller in the... And then he cuts him off, and I think that's an Avengers reference. The action looks bigger and better from the trailer in this second film. And it's good that they literally got everybody back. Even the cab driver, like everyone. We had Ant-Man and the Wasp, which I was pretty excited for. We've got the kind of gags we'd expect from an Ant-Man film now. Like, you've got the building that shrinks down and has the handle on it so it can be carried around. You've got the Hello Kitty Pez dispenser at the end, which is the Thomas the Tank Engine moment of this film. Bill Foster, who's played by Lawrence Fishburne, is actually in this film, which is awesome because he turns into Goliath in the comics, so we'll see what they do with him. I personally have seen a lot of people hating on Wasp and the costume, the decisions. I think it makes sense in the MCU. Yes, it's similar to the Ant-Man costume, but they've given it its own sort of look and theme and colours. And obviously she does have the wings, and instead of her like Venom blast, she's got blasters, and I think it's a really good interpretation of Wasp. Overall, it's just a solid, fun trailer, and I am excited for the film. These last two trailers, there's Cloverfield Paradox, which I loved the original Cloverfield. Really loved that film. They made 10 Cloverfield Lane, where they were like, oh, think of it as like a sister to Cloverfield, not a direct kind of thing. And now we're getting Cloverfield Paradox. All I'm really taking from the trailers is it's a prequel. It's where did this monster come from, why did the disaster happen, and it's being released on Netflix, which is pretty cool. Finally, we've got Slender Man, and this is a film that there's been fan films everywhere, and I'm like, wow, this film has promise. Like, imagine a Slender Man movie. You could do so much with it. The trailer looks generic as hell. It looks like every other horror film. They've grabbed hold of all the tropes that they can, which is disappointing because there's that many Slender Man stories on the internet, like your script is done for you kind of thing. There's a lot of weird imagery. In the trailer it plays on like he drives people mad, and there's loads of weird flashing images, and it just looks overly complicated. Slender Man is simplistic. It should just be a group of friends are in the forest, and you could have even one of them find a page and be like, what's this, and toss it aside, and people are like, oh, that's a reference to the game. It should just be like they're being stalked by an unknown something. You don't need all this weird imagery everywhere, and you don't need it to be overly supernatural. It's a very simple, tense thing. Like when you play the game and you're just walking around and there's always something there but you can't quite see it. They actually do this. There's a shot where the girl just looks over her shoulder and you just see his shadow, and she looks away and you know he's going to be getting closer, and when she looks back we actually get a little bit of a look at him, not too much of one, but just of sort of his shape and his figure, and some of the sounds they're using, the bell, some of the music and droning noises. Like when they strip it all back to just that, I'm like, okay, this is what's cool, this is what I want to see from a Slender Man movie. My speculation of it is, like, I'm one of those people that has always been, like in things like Cloverfield, I just want to see the monster. You know, I want to have a proper look at it. With Slender Man, part of me would want to see him, but I think Slender Man's one of those, you could probably imagine scarier things than what they could show you. Again, going back to the game, you see these little flashes of him in the distance. When you actually see him, that's it, it's over. And I think they would do something similar with the film, where when we get our look at Slender Man, it will be the end of the film, you know, the screen crackles and it's ended. Or at least that's what I'd want. I don't think they'd actually do that. But yeah, we had some good trailers, some bad, but a lot is coming out this year. Like, it's packed with movies, and people didn't even really notice that until they went, here is all these trailers, and we're just like, oh, okay. I've now booked my ticket for Black Panther. I'm gonna go and see it on Tuesday, so I'm pretty excited. That's Tuesday the 13th. I want to do a sort of reaction review to it. Our showing's at like 2:20, so we should be out by 5:30, but then there's actually a Cardiff game I'm supposed to be going to, which is at 7:45. Chances are I'll have time to film a review, but not necessarily post it. However, I've got Wednesday completely off of work, so I should have time to, you know, get it posted and sorted then. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, as it really helps the channel out. Go into the description below and check out all the social media links, and I will see you in the next one.